So this is a 5-year-old boy that was pretty much one of the first clients I've seen in health when I came here from Germany. He was a 5-year-old. He was referred to me for serious sibling rivalry. He had a 1-year younger brother, and he tried to kill his younger brother with many different ways. He tried to suffocate him, drown him, and stab him over the years. And the first session that I had this boy with me, I did early childhood resources, but in a way that you do with a 5-year-old. So I said to him, draw your happiest experience in your life. And it was not this picture, it was a different picture. He was with his dad, like his dad was holding him and throwing him up in the air, and he was falling down in a wading pool, and he threw him up and he fell down into the water, and he said, you know, my dad loves me, I have a great time with my dad, it's the best experience ever. Of course, with a child, I wouldn't do It's a Good Feeling, I wouldn't do the senses, I wouldn't do any of that. It was just that. He told me the story, his happiest experience. Good. That was it. Next week, I said to him, now last week you drew about yourself and your happy experience with your dad. I also had a meeting with his mom earlier on, and she told me that dad is never around. It's only her and the 2 boys, because the father is a very famous person and he's always traveling the globe. Not even Australia, he's worldwide on the go. He's rarely at home, and when he is at home, there's always a fight who gets to spend time with dad. And you know what child protection did with that boy, or the psychologist, what their idea was? They did behavior therapy, of course, because that's what people do a lot. And what's behavior therapy with one older boy who wants to kill his younger brother? When the dad comes back to Australia, how would behavior therapy work? What would you be thinking? Separate them. Of course. And what about dad? Is he allowed to spend time with dad even though he would try to kill his younger brother? Yeah. Of course not. It's called punishment. Yeah. Huh? We take dad away from him. As long as you're not nice to your brother, you're not going to spend time with your dad. Only your little brother can spend time with your dad. That's behavior therapy. It works really well with punishment. But how is he going to feel? You think he's going to love his little brother after that? Behavior therapy is very cruel if it's not done well. It can be done well too. The first session I said you drew yourself happy with your dad. Now today I would like you to make a picture of your younger brother. And he looked at me like that. And I know you're probably not happy to draw a picture of your brother, but just I want to see how you see him. Just make a picture of him. I want to see what comes up when you draw your younger brother. And he just said, I hate him. It's okay. Just draw your younger brother that you hate. I just want to see it. And he drew this picture. So the art as therapy didn't give much away because he just hated the whole picture. He didn't like doing it, and he just did it because I asked him to do it. Now comes the art in therapy. How does art in therapy work? I ask him, what do you see? Not what you think about. Oh, does my brother hate him? No, not what you think. What do you see? That's the key to art in therapy. And he said, oh, I see my brother. What does he look like? And, oh, he has arms up, legs out. Yep. What else? That's it. What color? Yellow. How does that feel? Warm? Like the sun? Okay. What else do you see? Water? Blue water? How does that feel on the skin that is warm from the sun? Nice. And then he started crying. It just hit him. So when the unconscious becomes conscious, in that moment, we become emotional. So as an art therapist, we always checking for emotional responses in our clients. They're the most important parts of the entire therapy. So that little boy was just going into tears. He didn't say anything. He was just there, and there's all these tears going down. And I said to him, so, what's happening for you? I can see there's tears coming down your cheek. And he said, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? He's crying and crying. I don't understand. I don't understand. What do you mean you don't understand? What is it about this picture that you don't understand? And he said, this is my brother. I said, yeah, it's your brother. What is it that you don't understand and you don't know? He looks like me. I said, what do you mean he looks like you? Remember Rob last week? I've drawn myself with my dad and he was throwing me up in the air and I fell into the water and I was up there in the sun and fell into the water and he cried and cried. I said, yes, I do remember. What about it? Well, that looks like me. What do you mean? He wants what I want. And what is that? Dad. He cried. In that moment, something happened to that boy. In his unconscious, something shifted. In that moment, it happened in the unconscious. Not because of clever Rob Gray, because he told about his picture and he understood something. He understood that his brother is not his enemy. That his brother is like him. He wants the same thing. So the following week, the entire family came in. And I said to them, just wait outside, including Dad. I just want to talk to him first, to my client. And I said to them, how have you been? And he said, I had a great week. I just really want to play with my brother. And I was allowed to play with him with my dad and mom involved. And we had a great time. I said, awesome. I'm so amazed to hear that. So today I would like to do one more picture with you. The first week we did you and you, your happiest experience with your dad. The second picture we did your brother. Today I would like you to do a picture of you and your brother together. Do whatever you want to do. Unfortunately, I don't have that image. But in the last picture, what happened is he drew himself with his brother sitting on the top of an elephant. And the elephant was going through the jungle. He was in the front of the elephant and the brother was on the back. So when you are looking at the picture, you saw them both coming towards you. There was jungle everywhere, was the elephant, and he was in the front, and you can see the brother on the back. And he loved doing the picture. He had an awesome time drawing himself with his brother. And I asked him, tell me about your picture, what does it look like? And he said, well, my brother and me, we are on a safari. And safari is Kiswahili and it means traveling. Where are you traveling to? He said, we are going through the jungle. And then he said, like a 5-year-old would say, I don't know how to say that, but like a 5-year-old would say, and the jungle is a dangerous place. He was really serious about that. I said, okay, what is dangerous in the jungle? And he said, Rob, can you see the tree snake? And it was up there was a tree snake coming towards them. And the crocodile. On the bottom, there was a crocodile coming from the side. And can you see the eyes of the tiger? Like Mowgli, the Jungle Book. There was the tiger sitting in the bushes, and you can only see the yellow eyes. So you can see the yellow eyes in the bush as well. And I said, oh, wow. It really does look dangerous. So I wonder how you guys are feeling traveling on an elephant through that dangerous place. And he said to me, no problem. And I said, how come? And he said, because I'm protecting my little brother. And he meant it with such a, I can't play that, because I'm protecting my little brother. was a statement for life. There was not just something that you say on the side. And he knew in his unconscious the shift is not complete. So about 13 years later, I went to a slideshow in our local library about marine biology, some marine life thingy. My wife is a national park ranger, so she dragged me along to get to this watching the marine biology exhibition or slideshow. So the first thing what I did when I arrived there, what would that be? Get myself a cup of tea. So I straight away checked, where's the tea? Oh, there's in the corner. I ran up there and I queued up for a cuppa before the whole thing starts. And while I was queuing up, a young man behind me tapped me on the shoulder. And I looked at him, oh, hello. And he said, Rob, you remember me? And I said, no. And he said, I'm so-and-so. And I knew straight away who he was because his father is really famous. So I knew who he was. I said, oh, how have you been? Oh, I'm terrific. I'm very good. So what are you doing at the moment? And he's saying, I'm becoming a doctor. I'm studying medicine. So that boy who was trying to kill his little brother, and if we would have left him to his own devices, probably would have developed ODD issues, oppositional defiance disorder. What comes after that? Conduct disorder. What comes after that? Antisocial personality disorder. What comes after that? Juvenile justice, prison, drug abuse, and so on. Would have ended up very easily. A boy who was so extremely trying to kill their brother could have easily gone that path. A lot of people do. Not because they are bad people, because they didn't get the support that this boy got. So this boy turned his life around and became a GP, a protector of others, who protects them from sicknesses and illnesses. That became his life's goal. How cool is that?